Hey guys. So yeah, you probably look here and you're looking, or hearing, depending on how you hear or look at this. I have basically 20 pages worth of the upcoming movies for 2023. In fact, one of them comes out in 2 days, which many are pinning as the modern day version of Child's Play. You know, that horror classic, which is now a series on USA. But yeah, they are booking it as that. And there's a lot of movies here that may or may not even come out in 2023, depending on how things work out, you know, schedule-wise and stuff like that. For example, and this is, by the way, courtesy of Den of the Geek. This is courtesy of Den of the Geek. They put this out, I think, about a day or two ago. But I'm not, in his thing, I'm not going to read off all the details here. I should have just edited those out. But, you know, I think my computer was doing a virus scan or something, a virus update, you know, an antivirus update or something like that at the time. So I just figured, you know what, I'll just print it out and just read off the titles and all that. So that maybe you'll probably get a sense of what's coming and probably look it up yourself if you want to do that. But first of all, we have the movie Megan, which comes out this Friday. It's Megan with M3, G-A-N. And again, this is being touted as the next Child's Play horror film. So we'll see how that turns out. And that's on January 6th. Also on January 6th, we have The Pale Blue Eye. This is Christian Bale and Edgar Allan Poe. Basically, it's based on one of Poe's, let me see. It says, well, this is technically a 2022 movie because it played in a handful of movie, okay. Well, this is what they say about Pale Blue Eyes. It says, well, this is technically a 2022 movie because it played on a handful of movie house screens over Christmas. The Pale Blue Eye will find its true audience this week when it premieres on Netflix. So it's going to be on Netflix. A curious hybrid of horror, detective fiction, historical fantasy, all genres that author Edgar Allan Poe helped cultivate or pioneer. The Pale Blue Eye is set in 1829 during Poe's brief and failed stint as a West Point cadet. During those tumultuous days, according to the new movie, Poe also became immersed in real-life murder investigation. So I guess it's kind of a semi-biography on Edgar Allan Poe's stint in the army or something. Now, continuing on, and that's just January. We don't know what else is coming out in January. We have Knock at the Cabin. It's going to have Dave Bautista. And it's by M. Night Shyamalan. It's a psychological horror based on a 2018 novel, The Cabin at the End of the World. Okay? Okay, that's kind of cool. February 10th, Magic Mike's Last Dance. This is Channing Tatum's last run with the film. So we'll see what happens there. February 17th, Phase 4 of the MCU will kick off with Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumania, which is going to get a trailer during the College Football National Championship this Monday. Next up, on the 24th of February, we have Cocaine Bear. On March 3rd, we have Creed 3, which is, I guess you could say how many Rocky films have been there now? It's 6 Rocky films, and then you had the Creeds. So this is, you know, as far as the Rocky franchise goes, overall, this is like number 9, believe it or not. Okay, so that was Creed 3, right? Creed 3 on March 3rd. Then we have Scream 6 on March 10th. We have 65 on March 17th. And I don't know what it is. It says, it sounds like a setup of an old Twilight Zone episode. Adam Driver plays space explorer Mills. A hotshot pilot discovers that his ship somehow was hit by an asteroid and sent 65 million years into the past, and during the time of when dinosaurs ruled the earth. So that seems kind of interesting. So we'll see what that's about. Yeah, but it's called 65, and it comes out on March 17th. Let me see if I can just adjust these papers here real quickly. Okay, here we go. Alright. Then on March 17th as well, we have Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Then on March 24th, we have John Wick, Chapter 4. Then on March 31st, we have Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves. This is another Hasbro film, believe it or not. Then we have, and that's on March 31st. Then we have the Super Mario Brothers movie, the animated one, on April 7th. We have Rhinefeld, April 14th. It is a modern take on the Dracula myth, which feels like a buzzword variation of an exceedingly loose adaptation of the 1897 Bram Stoker novel. It says Rhinefeld tells the story of Rhinefeld, infamous henchman of the vampiric Count D, which will be played by Nicolas Cage. Despite being a fly-eating servant of a vampire, old Rennie decides to quit his job when he falls in love with a New Orleans traffic cop, Aquafina. The Lego Batman movies, Chris McKay directs this bonkers-sounding horror comedy. So it's going to be horror, but it's going to be not taken so seriously. Alright. Then on April 21st, we have Evil Dead Rise. They just released the trailer for that. That really looks like it's getting back more into what the roots were, but it might be a little bit more comedic. It says, making a horror classic is always creatively dubious proposition, even if it makes a commercial sense. It says, the reimagining of Sam Raimi's classic Evil Dead was pretty solid, other than 2013. So basically, let's see. Okay. Well, I guess you just have to watch it to see how it is. Again, the trailer just came out. Next up, on May 5th, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, the final chapter. And then on March 19th, we have Fast 10, Fast and Furious 10. And I think that's going to be a two-parter, I think. That's what initially I'm getting there. It's going to be a two-parter. Then on May 26th, we have the Little Mermaid live-action remake with Halle Bailey and not Halle Berry, but Halle Bailey in there. Let's see. Then on June 2nd, we have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Part 1. Then on June 9th, we have Transformers Rise of the Beast, which is the live-action induction of the Beast Wars. Then on June 16th, we have The Flash with Ezra Miller. They're still going on with that. Then on June 30th, we have Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. July 14th, we have Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. That's the other. That's the third movie that's going to be in multiple parts, or will at least be released this year with a first part and everything. Then on July 21st, we have Barbie with Margaret Robbie in there. Then on July 21st also, we have Oppenheimer, which is pretty cool. Then on July 28th, we have The Marvels, which is Captain Marvel 2. Then on August 4th, we have The Meg 2, The Trench. So that's coming on August 4th. Then, we can get these papers moving again. On August 18th, we have Blue Beetle. Then on September 22nd, we have Next Goal Wins. October 6th, we have Kraven the Hunter, if it stays that way. Let's see, trying to make sure I get right here. Then on October 13th, we have The Exorcist. They're dubbing it as a sequel, but a lot of people are saying it's a remake, a reboot, so we'll see. But it's basically an Exorcist movie on October 13th. Then we have Dune Part 2 on November 3rd. Then we have The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, November 17th. Make sure I'm right there, okay. Then we have Wonka, which is on December 15th. And it's basically another take on Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. But, well, actually it's not. According to this, it's not really another take on it. It's actually a prequel to the classic children's tale. Following Wonka's pre-factory adventures, the film is directed by Paul King and co-stars Keegan-Michael Ray, Rowan Atkinson, Sally Hawkins, and Oliver Coleman. It's basically an origin story. So that's pretty cool. So December 15th, Wonka comes out. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom comes out Christmas Day next year, or at least around that time frame. And then these ones are yet to be announced. We have Killers of the Flower Moon with Leonardo DiCaprio. And then we have The Three Musketeers and D'Artagnan, or The Three Musketeers D'Artagnan, which is going to focus on D'Artagnan. So another Musketeer story. And then let's see, what else? We have Asteroid City, which is also to be announced. Napoleon, which is also to be announced. Let's see. I don't know exactly what this is going to be, but it looks like it might be based historically on Napoleon himself. Then the other one is Maestro, also to be announced. And then, let's see. Is this a biopic or no? It's just I think it looks like another musical. And then you have Poor Things. It says, I'm trying to see. So it might be, Poor Things might be a Frankenstein-inspired film. I'm not really sure, but that's also to be announced as well, TBA, if you will. And that's about it. So a lot of these dates could change. There's no doubt. A lot of these dates could change. The ones that are getting the TBA treatment right now, again, are unsure, like Asteroid City, Napoleon, Maestro, and Poor Things, I should say, and Killers of the Flower Moon and Three Musketeers, D'Artagnan. They are all kind of getting the treatment right now as to, when they're going to debut and everything, like where they can be slotted in. Some of them might even be held off until next year, 2024, because there's just so much you could put into 1 year, if you know what I mean. But we'll see. We'll see what they do, where they can slot them in. I think it's also based on like what studio or company is distributing them. Like let's say with D'Artagnan, the Three Musketeers D'Artagnan movie, that could be a Netflix deal. Netflix could say, okay, you're going into some house areas, but then we're going to take you here. And the same with, Killers of the Flower Moon. That might be something that gets put onto Amazon Prime, but it might get a few house showings here and there. But we'll see. We'll see. But that's basically, according to Den of the Geek, the upcoming movies to watch in 2023, or, at least that are coming in 2023. There will be probably more announced. We know Disney's got a truckload of films coming. We know that. We know they got Elemental. They've got Wish, among others. So those are films to look forward to in 2023. But, and again, I think Illumination also has Migration, according to Animat, Matt Brunet. I think, Immigration is one. So, yeah. So yeah, there's a ton of movies going on, but this is according to Den of the Geek, the movies you have to keep an eye on, you have to watch in 2023. And there are more, like I said, just to list a few that I just mentioned too. And let's not forget, 3 of these are just the first part of what's going to be a bigger story the following year. But let me know what your thoughts are, guys. Which ones are you looking forward to? Which ones do you think Den of the Geek missed out on? List them down below in the comments as well as in the live chat during the premiere. Like the video, and until next time, guys, I will talk to y'all later.